Some arguments don't erupt. They unravel quietly, like threads being tugged from the fabric of something you thought unbreakable. That night, it wasn't the shouting that cut the deepest. It was her laughter. Her laughter. We'd been together for 3 years, engaged for 8 months. The kind of relationship that looked flawless from the outside. Matching smiles, pictures, weekend getaways, dinner dates everyone envied. But behind that picture-perfect facade, tiny cracks had been forming. Words left unsaid. Little jabs disguised as jokes. Promises postponed indefinitely. The fight started over something trivial. I don't even remember exactly what. Maybe a missed dial call. Maybe me glancing at her phone while she spoke. But I remember how she leaned back, arms crossed, eyes sharp, and said almost proudly, "You act like I can't find someone better. I could replace you in 24 hours. The room went still. She didn't whisper in anger. She boasted, like it was a trophy. For a moment, I just stared at her, trying to decide if she actually believed it. Maybe she did. Maybe she was so comfortable thinking I'd never walk away. I smiled, not bitterly, not with sarcasm, just a calm, empty smile, and said, "Prove it." Her face shifted. She thought I was bluffing. I wasn't, because in that moment, I realized something crucial. Love isn't about being irreplaceable. It's about being respected. She stayed silent, staring as if she couldn't believe I had called her bluff. Maybe she expected an apology or a desperate plea. That had always been the pattern before. Tension, arguments, silence, then me smoothing it over. But not this time. I picked up my jacket and keys and walked out. No slammed doors, no shouting. Just quiet steps away from the place we had once called ours. As I drove, the weight of 3 years pressed down on me. But beneath it all, a strange calm settled in. Maybe that's what peace feels like when you finally stop chasing someone who doesn't value you. The next day, she texted once. "Are you serious about last night?" I didn't reply. By the third day, she posted a photo with friends, laughing, holding a drink captioned, "Unbothered." I smiled. She was playing the part perfectly. Try to convince the world I was replaceable. But behind every post, silence filters through. 2 weeks later, another message appeared. I didn't mean what I said. I was angry. I almost responded. But then I remembered that smug grin, the pride dripping from her tone. I didn't block her. I didn't reply. I let time speak. Days turned into weeks. I stopped checking my phone. I started sleeping better. I started living again. A month later, I saw her at a downtown cafe. The same one where we used to meet every Friday night. I hadn't planned it. Fate has a cruel sense of humor. She sat alone, scrolling through her phone, restlessness in her eyes. When she finally noticed me, her face froze. For a long moment, we just looked at each other. No words, no bitterness, just a silent acknowledgement of everything that had fallen apart. She looked tired, like someone who had been fighting battles alone. Maybe she had replaced me. Maybe she hadn't. It didn't matter anymore. She stood, walked over, and said quietly, "I didn't think you'd actually walk away." I smiled faintly. "You said you could replace me in 24 hours. I just didn't want to stand in your way." There was no anger in my voice, only honesty. She looked down, her confidence gone, pride dissolved into regret. "I was stupid," she whispered. I nodded. We both were, but the difference is I learned from it. Then I walked out. No dramatic ending, no lingering glance back, just peace. Because sometimes the best closure isn't apology, revenge, or forgiveness. It's understanding that not everyone who loses you will realize what they've lost, and that's not your burden to carry. She taught me something that night. If someone believes you're replaceable, let them try. You'll find peace walking away. They'll find emptiness in what follows.